Welcome back to Rock Your Best Vocals. Jim Chandler here, professional singer for over 30 years, professional vocal coach for over 20 years. I've learned a lot in all that time, and I've learned sometimes that I'm wrong. So this is a tough video for me to do because I have to really admit, well, it's not really hard for me to admit it, but like I was wrong about open throat. Because my understanding of open throat, and perhaps, like I'm not going to put it all on the teachers who were saying this, right? Because there's a lot of people that talk about open throat on the YouTube vocal coach community or whatever. And what I understood it to be was like kind of just like this, like, just this sound of like, like that. Now that's part of it, but we're going to get into it. But from my perspective at the time, I'm a rock singer, right? And rock singer has this, that kind of, there's a clenched down thing. And I was like, open throat is BS. Like you can't sing with an open throat and have it sound good. Like it just doesn't make sense. But what I've come to understand since then is that open throat is more relaxed throat. And if you're not singing with a relaxed throat, you're tense, okay? And you're kind of trying to make everything really forced up and and it's like, and that's possibly a little bit of the way I was singing before. But I've found an easier way to sing since then. And a lot of it has to do with an open throat. So what we're going to do is you're going to do this with me because just watching a video doesn't teach you anything. So like you can watch a video and go, oh, that was interesting or it sucked or like whatever, Jim, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I see those a lot. But anyway, because everybody's like knows more than everybody else, right? And we just have to like just accept that, like, whatever. Like, but anyway, so it doesn't serve me any to pretend like I know everything. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve my students. So that's why I think it's really good to keep an open mind and just go, okay, I don't know everything. Let me try to learn something here. So do this along with me and you just might learn something. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with that kind of yawn thing, right? And we're going to really, the yawn thing, a lot of people talk about this, but with the yawn, it's like this, now I take that yawn and I take a little bit further than that, more like with a cold plunge breath or like something like a really shock, when you're shocked about it, like it's this, you're really opening everything up, like, say like a surprise or something like that. You're really open and everything. You can feel your soft palate raise. You can feel the opening in the back of your throat. Okay, so we're going to do that and we're going to hold that. We're going to stay there like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just make a sound, right? And I set up another camera here, like, because look at this. I've set up another camera because we're gonna watch what happens, because a lot of singing in general, like singing is about support. So one of the things like this, all here, these are all support muscles, right? Everything around this whole 360 degree area around my belly is support. And also that above that is also used in support. So if all of that kind of, you go, okay, yeah, support sounds great. I've heard people talk about that, blah, 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 whatever, Jim, okay. So I put a course, everything that you can understand about support in a course called Singing Support Secrets. It's free. Click it, get it down there. It's in the description below, and I'll put it in the pinned comment. I'll try to remember that. But so you guys can just, like, if you don't understand about support, click that, take it, understand about support, and use that to help your singing better. I guarantee you, wherever you're at in your singing journey, if you take that and utilize your support to the best of its ability, you'll sing better than you have ever before. And I promise you that. It's a promise. Otherwise, your money back. Wait, it's free. Okay. So what we're doing here now, I'm going to just tighten this around so you can see. This here is the kind of top of my abdomen, right above my solar plexus. So here's my solar plexus right here. That's like where my ribs come up together. That's the top of my abdomen. So just watch what I'm. So we're going to do this now. I want you to put your hand on your stomach and feel what's going on there. Now it's different for everybody, really. So what I'm feeling and doing, you might do it differently. And that's okay, because all the students that I work with, a lot of them feel support differently and they feel different things going on. So it doesn't matter kind of where you feel it. It's just we're going for the result is what's important to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that deep kind of surprise / cold plunge, but it's like the yawn, like the top of the yawn, before you make any noise, you go, because people generally, when I say to yawn, they go, and it's like you're letting all this air. No, we're suspending up at the top, at the top of the breath, and we're staying there, we're freezing there, and we're just going to allow sound to come out. When I say allow sound, we're just letting the vocal folds do the work, right? And we're just going to give a little bit of a kick from our support, our muscles, right? It's going to be like a little bit like a laugh kind of thing. So what I was doing there, like just to show you that when we start with it, it's a really light kind of falsetto-y. So see what's going on down here. Like what happens generally with me is that the top will kick out a little bit. You might see the top kick out, this kind of suck in. Now, a lot of vocal coaches talk about this being the movement. Some vocal coaches don't, but it doesn't really matter, I don't think, in a general sense, just as long as that, in my experience, more of the classically trained, more experienced vocal coaches talk about this sort of movement, but I'm not in any way saying that like if you do it differently, you're wrong. Okay, so just don't get that. But let's just take that deep breath. We got lungs are filled, right? Expanded out to the side. I've talked about this before on my channel. I'll put a link to the sing wings up there. Okay. And so we're expanding the back, the wings, right? Your lats up in the back, kind of that area there. We're expanding that area too, out to the sides as much as we can. And then we just open our mouth. So you can hear that vocal folds resonating very brightly because everything is out of the way. I'm in this position where there's like no material there blocking anything off, right? And you'll ask, how do we take that and make that more powerful? And that's by constricting up here. So if we wanted to sing rock, we have to do a little bit of constricting up in the top. And that's where my understanding of open throat was like, no, you can't sing rock at least with an open throat. That's ridiculous. You can, but it's everything else down here and up above that. The constrictor muscles is open. Okay, so like the back of the, like that, like I'm in the yawny soft power is way up here like this. Now, when I'm doing this, I'm closing down my epiglottis, so it sounds a little funny like Kermit the Frog. But if we keep it like this, everything is really open. So watch what happens down in my belly when I'm doing this, and feel yours, right? Just to feel like what's happening, right? So if we take like something like, say, Ronnie James Dio, like if we were to take that, because that's like, he's really constricting up here. He's really kind of getting that rock sound, like one of the gods of rock. So take that approach. So we're going to start with a kind of a yawn. When there's lightning. I can't remember the name of the song, but it's just one of the ones that I like to sing of Ronnie James. When there's lightning. So we're keeping that high, soft palate, big round open in the back. When there's lightning. So I'm just kind of supporting into it, opening up, kind of constricting up here to make it more of like, making it sound like instead of yawning, when there's lightning, when there's lightning. And I'm really supporting into that because you really, when you're singing the rock and you're constricting, then you're going to have to support even more because you're constricting a little bit with the airflow, but I'm still trying to keep it all open. There's another great example would be like a Still of the Night, because that's a difficult, like it's the opening line of that. In the still of the night, in the wolf hour, honey. So I'm kind of starting with that. In the still of the night, in the wolf hour, honey. So I'm starting with that yawn. Everything, keep it really open in the back. In the still of the night, in the wolf hour, honey. And just lifting into that. Snipping up, sniffing. So feeling this really open, sniffing around your door. So I'm really lifting into that to get that extra power that is involved in it. So it's really good to start off rock singing, like start off with a song. If you're trying to learn a rock song, start it off in a yard. It's still not sniffing around your door, and just start trying to kind of lift into, lift with a bit of add a bit of like kind of laugh, cough, kind of a cough, laugh. Anyway, I hope you're trying this along with me, because I feel like an idiot otherwise if you're not doing this. But anyway, look, I hope this video has helped you. Play around with it. Let me know how it worked for you below in the comments, and let me know any other tips, tricks, whatever you guys might want to know. Thanks for watching. Rock your best vocals, where your best keeps getting better. See you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.